You know, I'm Challenger, I have no life, and I'm Asian, so I probably can get rank 1. Alright, so in the last episode of Dragon Balls in my mouth, we weren't really in a good LP standing, and there's a game that I'll never talk about again. And in the next game, we go into a champion select with 4 out of 5 CLG members, and I'm just like, holy shit! But I'm also like, wait, where's Darshan? And then Huhi says that I'm announced a new replacement for Darshan as of today, and obviously it's a joke. And I do see them quite often in solo queue, but like when this happened, I fangirled so hard because it's like that moment where, you know, you look up to people and when they acknowledge your existence, you're just like, ugh. And I guess that's why y'all say, please notice me, senpai. And I actually pick Aurelia because I'm like, I want to try her in solo queue because she's actually really OP right now. And I also want to see if I could play Aurelia in solo queue as opposed to just normals. But I will say that I definitely am not comfortable with her. And Jibe is definitely a way better Aurelia player than I am. And my ass in this game definitely got carried. But honestly, in this game, it felt pretty cool to play with 4 out of 5 CLG members. And I felt like I was a part of something, but not really. And that brings us to 410 LP, only 13 OP gained, woohoo. And now for the next game, we'll be playing Hecarim. And here comes an incoming gank that is very weird to me. So basically, when you're Fiora, you always want to W the E. So I actually try and bait out her W, but she actually baits me. I'm not sure if this was intentional, but it was very weird. And basically the gank went south. I find that really weird because if I were the Fiora, I would have W'd, you know, when I got close to her. But right here, I know we can do a gank because there's a ward in that bush. So this is definitely a free kill on Gragas or Fiora. And Gragas actually messes up his E and yeah, he's basically dead. Now, throughout this game, I will say that I didn't really do a good job of the early game. Like, Gragas actually got more jungle pressure than I did. So what I learned from this game was I have to learn to be a little bit more aggressive when I'm jungling and try and gank a lot more lanes. I think I'm a more farm heavy jungler, so I definitely have to work on that. And even though I have a good score, I'm not happy with my performance this game. I feel like I could have done better, and I know that I got out jungled by an enemy jungler, so that kind of wants to make me improve and be better than him. I just gotta change up my jungle playstyle a bit, and you know, try a few new things, and that's about it. Now, we are very behind, but when you're behind, the least you can do to get back into a game is to try and find some picks on the map. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to fight 5v5s, I'm just trying to fight 2v1s and all that, you know, shenanigans. Luckily our team is finding some picks around the map while we let Jack split push. And after we get a few picks, we start the Baron. But the Gragas is trying to contest, and let's see how close he actually was. So right here he's coming in for the steal. But I think he smited right before me? I'm not 100% sure. But somehow I got the Baron. And that was a 50-50 smite, I'm not gonna lie. I suck at smiting ever since Season 3. Like, when they nerfed the damage, I am totally not adjusted to it even now. And I'm actually one of the worst smiters right now in high elo, so yeah, you never want to trust me in a smite war. Anyways, the enemy bunched up, and I actually got a really nice ultimate in this team fight. But obviously they should not fight us because we have the Baron buff, and we were grouped up as 5, so it was an unlucky fight for them. Now, Nunu's actually being a little cocky and walking, you know, forward a bit and getting caught out while we're not grouped as 5 or when Jack's just split pushing, and all we want to do is let the Jack split push while we just kind of stall and wait for him to push and not get caught out. I've seen this actually happen a lot in lower elos, but yeah, our whole team gets caught out for one silly mistake by Nunu. Yeah, a very silly mistake, but what I actually mean is stupid. Anyways, the only thing they got off that was an inhibitor. And right here, what I tell our Zilean is he should actually throw bombs on me because I'm going to be the one, you know, suicide bombing into the enemy. So before I go in, I grab a bomb on Zilean and yeah, I actually thought me and the bomb did more damage than I thought, but you'll see a lot of mistakes in this team fight for sure, like the Zilean ultimate, but I think, you know, Jax was so fed that he can carry these team fights. I soaked a lot of focus from the enemy team, so they actually used all their shit on me, and now they're gonna have to pay by this fed Jax. I also only tell Zilean to ult Jax or maybe Ashe, or Jax or maybe himself, and just keep buffing those two, while also putting bombs on me and Jax if he can, as we're going to be the ones in the front line trying to kill everyone. Now my target in these teamfights is going to be Jin because he's actually the most fed on their team, so he is the prime target to CC and just straight up kill before I get killed by him. But anyways, we do win the team fight, and that's going to be the win, giving us 430 LP. And then the next game we actually do get matched up with, you know, 3/5 of CLG. And I fangirl again because I'm acknowledged again as the new Darshan. And holy fuck, you guys probably think I'm a loser right now, but I don't care. I just felt really happy at this moment. But in this game, I didn't play top lane, I became the new Huhi. And then I played mid lane as the only champion I'm comfortable with, Malzahar. I'm also facing against Pobelter, and he actually grabbed Smite this game, which kind of makes sense because he can smite my minions and then doesn't have to deal with it. But I think he can't smite when you're suppressed, so I don't think it was the right summoner spell. But my game plan this game was honestly just to play safe, let my team carry me, and just basically get some CS. If my team wants to gank for me, for sure, it'll be easy. But I'm trying to follow my team to wherever they go, just to assist them in whatever plays they want to make, so, I'm just following them around. So there's nothing really going on in my mind right now. I'm just playing Malzahar and trying to win, because the ones who are going to be shot calling on the team is going to be Afromu and Xsmithy, so my job is to be safe and just play Malzahar, and basically be the team's bitch. So I'm not gonna lie, this is actually somewhat of an autopilot game, and I always take teleport on Malzahar because I want to assist my team in whatever they're doing. Also, I'm not going to get solo kills on these, master, challenger, even diamond 1 mid laners, so there's no point in me taking ignite. So like, if you think you're not going to win your solo lane, you better take teleport or a safer summoner spell. Anyways, there's a team fight coming up, but I got someone else's perspective just for a little bit more entertainment.
Yo, watch me on the corner right here. Off the old block. Nah. Dude, this guy's a fucking beast. Let's go, dude. Oh! Oh shit! Oh, he's dead!
Anyways, so later on, we're pushing down mid, and we actually just rushed the Baron, because apparently doing Baron is really fast for our team, like Kindred, Malzahar, Tristana. I mean, a big emphasis on Kindred, but yeah, we can definitely do it really fast. Enemy takes a little bit too much time to react, and we get it. Later on, we do a really big push onto the mid lane, and we're going pretty cocky mode on these 2 Nexus towers, but again, I do trust my teammates since they are pro players, but this is definitely a call I wouldn't do if I were, the one making the shot calls. And it turns a little ugly for us for sure. Now right here, a Caitlyn ultimate actually goes on Tristana. I was actually so focused on killing Pobelter that I didn't realize that the ultimate was on Tristana. So that that was actually my fault. And that's something we call tunnel visioning. And I feel like I don't do that too much, but I was definitely super focused on killing Pobelter. Anyways, we're about to siege top lane, but Afromu is actually going for a pretty interesting engage in my opinion. But once I see the Kindred ult coming down, I try and focus the enemies who are not in the circle. So I do get a really nice ultimate onto their back line. And once I'm too low, it's time for me to retreat because I do see Kha'Zix on the side, so I don't want to die to him. And with that team fight and game 1, this brings us to 452 LP. And in the next game, we actually do play with them again. And one thing I want to say in this game is a little interesting macro move I feel is kind of important to explain, but it's not going to be in this clip, it's going to be in this clip. So in this clip, I just came from base, and I see, a lot of our units are in the bot side. I do see that my wave is being pushed in, but I feel like if we go onto this bottom tower, we'll eventually get it, and now since the victor is there at mid lane, this is essentially a 5v2 or 5v3, and we can definitely get a lot of kills and objectives if I come. So what's the more optimal thing to do? Should I stay mid and prevent the victor from pushing, or should I go bot lane and give some pressure for my teammates? I think I made the right decision on this one, and giving up the CS at mid lane was definitely the right call. Anyways, yeah, this game was basically a stomp. I was definitely carried by my teammates, and now we're at 466 LP. Alright, for the next game, we'll be playing against C9 Sneaky and C9 Meteos, along with more Xsmithy and Afromu. So I find it really interesting to be on, the CLG team for like 4 games in the last 5 games, so that's pretty funny. And yeah, in the last 3 games, I've actually played mid, and that's actually going to be my secondary role, because I think, putting mid as a secondary role is the hardest to get, since a lot of people want it. So that way I get jungle more, but of course there is the autofill system, but I am comfortable playing mid lane because I have my champion Malzahar. Anyways, in this game, it's pretty stompy at the moment. Like, my team destroyed them in the early game. And right here, we actually have a big minion wave on the bot lane. So we're all deciding, hey, we should go in the bot lane and get some towers because the enemy is in the top side. So what we're kind of doing is a base race. And I feel like our team would win because we just have more power. But the enemy starts doing the Baron. So obviously, we're very far away from it. So what Afromu starts saying is like, distract the shit out of them and stop the Baron while we take out their base. And somehow our team actually gets the Baron, and all our team up there has to do is stall them from recalling, and we'll basically win the game. And I definitely did not see winning the game like this. I saw maybe winning around 30 minutes, but yeah, definitely one of the most interesting ways I've ever won a league game. And this will bring us to 478 LP. Now for our next game, I'm going to sum it up really quickly, well, at least the early game. So basically, I'm getting a few kills, well, a lot of kills in the early game, and trying to snowball my team. This is also a game where I was, support, but then I took jungle from a diamond 2, and looks like things are turning out good. And I'm glad I took the role from a diamond 2. Or am I? But then we start throwing. Honestly, this death is kind of unpreventable unless I didn't do wraiths, but I found out that there was a ward at the last second, so I was dead anyways. And right here, our Draven engages on enemy while we had to pick on Lissandra. To be honest, I think my team got a little over ambitious after this kill, and we all group up on the Blitzcrank, and basically everyone gets AoE down and shot down. So I feel like this is one of the mistakes that my team made. I'm not sure if we should have backed off after we got the Blitzcrank's flash, but I feel like the team fight was poorly mechanically fought with my team. Right here, I think it's a good fight because we just gotta pick on Graves, and I actually think that Jarvan has teleport, but boy was I wrong. And Lissandra's actually hiding in the bush, so analyzing this team fight right now, it's probably a good thing to back away if we can. And this is going to be, the part of the game where things aren't really looking our way. Now, the enemy was actually trying to do Baron, and then we stopped them and killed them all. So we do the Baron, and then we do some pushing and get an inhibitor, and now we should group up as 5 and go to another lane. But then this happens, and I get frustrated, because my teammate told me to go in when there's only 2 of us. And whenever I listen to teammates who I don't really trust, it doesn't mesh well with my playstyle. Like, I play a consistent game of macro, especially when we're ahead, but usually when you're ahead, you shouldn't be going for picks, you should just be grouping as 5, not getting caught out, and doing something on the map. But anyway, since I fall off and, all these kills on me don't really matter, I'm quite useless in these teamfights. I don't really do a lot of damage, I can't really tank that well. Unless my team is doing damage, Hecarim's W. And yeah, just a few little throws that happen all kind of leads to us losing the game and losing 17 LP. But then we play Zyra, we're feeding super hard, like doing absolutely garbage, but then we win and I'm happy again. Now honestly, whenever I play Zyra, the only thing I can tell myself is I should stop playing aggressive and play a little bit more far back, otherwise we'll get ganked, or like whenever I don't see the jungler on the map, I should be playing a little back. Anyways, 478 LP, that puts us at rank 142. So we went up about like 80 ranks today, that's pretty nice, but we are still far away from rank 1. Anyways, on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, we'll be playing against Dyrus and Dom? And Dom is playing a really interesting jungle, Cho'Gath. That's not meta, that's kind of troll, in my opinion. So will we win this game, yes or no? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Anyways, if you guys did like this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, I am Panzer Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.